go ahead and get started. I know you guys are all super busy. I wanted to welcome you all. We have quarterly grants as part of the foundation. We asked you guys to submit all of the charities that you were interested in, and Foster Army was one of them. I put them up to vote, and they received our number 2 vote, so they'll be honored with $8,500 today. Your voices be heard, and most of you guys in here, I think actually all of you donate to the foundation every week. Just putting your money towards a great cause is so wonderful. Like, I just love all of our employee owners, and Rick, thanks for helping us match dollar for dollar. You guys put in is matched by PRS, so we're able to do all these wonderful grants. So I will hand it over to Foster Army.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thanks for having us. I'm Robin Listener. I'm the Executive Director at Foster Army Animal Rescue. And this is Kimberly. She's one of our, this is Mildred. This is Kimberly, and she's one of our original founders, and she's also our animal coordinator and extraordinaire. And who is this you have with you?
So this is Mildred. So she actually came into our care when she was really tiny. She fit in my hand, and she actually had a broken jaw. So she was at the shelter. She couldn't eat, so obviously they couldn't keep her there to suffer. So she was most likely going to get put to sleep that night, because otherwise she would starve to death. But thankfully we had a foster step forward, take her in. We raised money. We actually wound up getting surgery on her jaw. She actually had to have a external fixator, wire her jaw shut. We had to syringe food in the little crack, and that took a while to heal. And then once she was cleared from her broken jaw, they said we could let her out of the crate. We opened the door, and she bolted and ran and tripped and fell down and broke her leg. So back to the vet, another really expensive surgery, broken in 3 places. The vet did think that whatever injury she had before might have weakened the leg, and that's why she got injured so easily, just from tripping basically. So she went back on crate rest, but she's doing really good. She used to have this gigantic cast, but now she's down to this tiny little cast. So hopefully she'll be getting that off next week, and then she'll be good to go up for adoption after that. So I want to like bubble wrap her though. But thanks to your generosity, animals like this can have a chance, because like I said, if we weren't able to raise the funds, she would have been put to sleep just so she wouldn't have to suffer or anything like that. So thank you so much.
There we go. So first, before we start, we want to say a huge thank you from Mildred, other animals like her in our care, and everyone at Foster Army for your generosity and your donation. So we really appreciate it.
We're live!
All right.
Yay!
All right, so Foster Army, we are a registered nonprofit, 501c3. We're an animal welfare organization, and we are foster-based, which means we don't have a shelter. So all of our animals that we take in go to foster homes. And like Mildred, we take in the pets at shelters that probably wouldn't make it out if we didn't take them in, right? So I'll talk more about the types of animals that we rescue, but that's our focus, is to take the ones and rescue the ones that wouldn't make it out of the shelter otherwise. And then we've also reached out now, and we're working with the community. So we do offer low-cost clinics for microchips, spay and neuter, vaccinations, and just general outreach and education as well to the community. Okay, so this is why I fell in love with Foster Army, is the type of animals that we take in. I started as a foster, and I heard the mission and the types of animals, and I was like, this is the place for me to foster. Because we do take in the animals that are overlooked, that nobody else wants. So we take in usually the seniors or hospice cases, the injuries that might be really expensive to fix, the underage, sometimes the sick, and then sometimes it's just the ones that I guess are ugly, that nobody likes, right? So those are the ones, like Mildred, exactly. So those are the ones that we take in, special needs as well. So I have a little trivia question for us to start, since we're talking about our special needs and the types of animals we take in. How much do you think Foster Army spends in bills per month on average? Medical bills, vet bills.
Oh, 20 grand.
guesses? That's a little high.
Oh.
15. 15.
15?
10.
10?
5.
Who said 5? All right, I think that's gonna be the winner here. So
Oh.
right under about 5,000 a month on average, but of course, if we take in special cases like Mildred, I think she's already bit 5,000 or more on
Yeah,
just
she's
on
at
her.
about 6,000 right now.
So it just kind of depends on the animals that we take in. And for the trivia winner, we have some prizes up here.
Which one you want?
All right, so besides the monetary donations and grant like yours, there's also other ways that people can help. The biggest thing that we need right now is fosters. Like I said, we don't have a shelter, so all of our animals have to be in homes with fosters. So if we don't have a foster home, we can't bring in animals like Mildred because we don't have a place for her to go. So that's what we need more than anything right now is fosters. We provide everything. So we provide food, supplies, toys, beds, crates, cat litter, whatever you need. Plus we pay for, of course, all the vet bills and the medical care. We also provide emotional support, training, communication, someone to call at 3 in the morning, like, she's not eating, what do I do? Right, so we support you in any way that we can, and make sure that the animal just has a safe place and lots of love while they're recuperating, getting ready for adoption. So the only thing that we ask of the fosters is to give lots of love and attention, and then sometimes we'll be a chauffeur to take the animal to the vet or to adoption events, and then we provide everything else, so. As far as fosters go, I know, just personally, it's probably the best thing I've done in my life, to be honest. And before anyone asks, because I know this is always, it's what I was scared of too, I could never foster because I'd fall in love with all the animals and want to keep them all, and that's true. I definitely fall in love with them. But the thing about it is that, one, we make sure that they go to like an amazing home when they get adopted. We do lots of background checks and home checks and visits and make sure that they're like in the perfect match, in the perfect home. So sometimes the animals that I foster end up in a better place than how they would be if they were with me. And then, of course, you know, they probably wouldn't be alive if I didn't foster them. So that always, you know, helps with my sadness when they get adopted. And then the biggest thing is that, you know I can't save another animal unless one gets adopted. So, you know, my goal is to try to save as many as I can. I can't keep them all. So for me, it is sad and you fall in love with them all, but they all hold a special place in your heart and you know that you've saved them and you can save another one. So fostering is amazing.
And Robin has foster failed a few times.
I have 2 dogs and a cat. But, you know, that's another thing that we offer too is like a foster to adopt type program. So sometimes people are looking for a pet, but they're not sure that it's gonna be a great match for their family or for the commitment. So what you can do is you can sign up to foster. We still provide everything that you need until the animal's ready to be adopted. And then when they're ready to be adopted, if you decide it's a good match and you do wanna adopt them, then you would be a foster fail and you would keep them. If not, or you decide you love fostering, you know, you would just keep the animal until they're adopted and then foster another one. So there's lots of different programs that we offer for fosters. You know, there's something for everyone. So there's the type of animal for everyone. And Kimberly is going to talk about a couple of animals that we have in foster care right now besides Mildred.
So these are just a couple examples of what we do. So on your left is Cappy the capybara. So he's a senior, he's about 15 years old. He was at the shelter, couldn't really walk, he was covered in pee. There's just something wrong with him. So we wound up taking him in. Turns out he has FIV, FIP. He has 3 or 4 bullets in him where someone shot at him with a BB gun. Yeah, so he's very, very old, so surgery is not really an option for him, but he is really comfortable right now. So his foster, we call it Fospice. So she's spoiling him. She takes him out in a stroller, takes him for walks. He just saw ducks for the first time, and she's just giving him the best. You know, the vet said maybe 6 months, and then if we need to help him cross over, we're just gonna make sure he's safe and he's with people he loves. So that's Cappy. Solstice was actually one of our puppies that we had as a bottle baby about 10 years ago. She was adopted when she was a puppy, and they wound up returning her because it wasn't working out. And we do have a commitment to our animals, so when they are returned, they're still part of our family. So we did take her back. She had a lot of behavior issues, fear, abandonment issues, fear of strangers. So we were kind of coaching her through that, and then kind of right when she started becoming confident and happy, she actually was stricken with this disease called SARS, which is basically sudden blindness. So she went to bed one day fine and woke up the next day blind. So that was just really confusing to her. So with some generous help and donations, we were able to get her a halo so she doesn't run into things. Her favorite activity is hiking, and when she went blind, she was terrified of hiking, and that was her meaning of existence, basically. So once we got the halo, acclimated her how to use it, now she's back on the trail. So yeah. And then so you might think, wow, that's really hard. I could never do that. So we also have other options as well. So for example, Aries on the left, she was just I think she was cute, but I think it's one of the things like face a mother could love. No one was adopting her. She was underage. She couldn't really survive at the shelter at her age. She's perfectly fine. So the foster just got to love on her, take her to training classes, which we paid for, and then she actually just got adopted yesterday. I made these slides earlier in the week. Yeah, so she found her forever home, and they've already been sending me pictures and videos of her being super happy. Other people might think they might not have time for fostering. We also do guinea pigs. So if you want to foster it and it's legal to have, we have people with rats, hamsters, we've had snakes, we had an iguana, we had a conure, like a parakeet. So whatever you're able to, whatever your time constraints are, we could use you as a foster. So waffle and syrup, there's nothing really wrong with them. They just couldn't take care of them at the shelter. So they're in foster right now looking for a home. So, speaking of guinea pigs, we have another trivia question. How do guinea pigs bathe?
Dust bath.
Not a dust bath, good guess though.
They don't.
No, they do, they do.
They sit in their water bottle? Or
Not a water bowl, good guess though.
they lick themselves? They clean it?
No, but you're really close.
They lick each other.
No. So they actually secrete this milky white mucus out of their eyeballs, and then they lather it up in their hands, and then they rub it all over themselves like it's soap.
Alright, so if fostering still isn't something that you can commit to, we have lots of other ways that you can help. Volunteering, there's a lot of different ways to volunteer. We do have a thrift store, so there's always options at the thrift store if you want to be in customer service or help with donations or make the thrift store beautiful. We also have help that we need at like adoption events or at special events that we do in the community, and we even have some remote volunteer opportunities. Our social media, we have an online store as well, so we can always use help. Really, we can match whatever skill or whatever you want to do with something that would help our animals. Oh yeah, how great volunteering is. It's great. It reduces stress, self-esteem. The biggest thing for me, one is helping, but two is meeting a lot of other people that also love animals, that have similar interests to me. So it's a great group of people there. Make new friends, there you go. That have the same interests, like I said, and love animals as well. All right, trivia question. So, like your grant, where do your donations go? Actually, this one's not a trivia question. The answers are right there. So obviously they help with our vet bills and medical costs for all of our rescued animals. And I mentioned that we also do community outreach events as well. So they help pay for, we have like vet techs that come in and do microchip clinics. We have a low-cost spay and neuter clinic and vaccine clinic that I'll talk about a little bit later. And then also just general animal welfare and also our thrift store as well. So the thrift store mostly pretty much pays for itself from what we sell, plus it adds money for it pretty much takes care of the medical bills that we need. All right, so speaking of microchip clinics, 4th of July, you guys probably know, is like unfortunately a holiday that a lot of pets get lost. They're terrified of fireworks. people aren't necessarily prepared for how scared and what they'll do to escape the fireworks. So a lot of animals end up at the shelter. So what we try to do, 4th of July and also New Year's, when we know our big firework holidays, we'll offer free microchip clinics until supplies run out. So we have a vet tech that's volunteering her time and is going to come to the thrift store, and it's open for anybody that needs their pet microchipped or just wants to check to see if their pet is already microchipped. So that's what we're doing this Saturday. So if you know anybody that needs a microchip, we're also doing free nail trims while you're there. So go to our thrift store.
Where do you guys
the other thing,
where do you guys put that at? Do you guys put it on on the collar or?
so it's actually injected like right in the back of their neck. It's like the size of a grain of rice. It's really small. And the good thing about it, well, lots of good things, is that if you have a collar with ID, you know, the collar can come off, you can get caught on a fence, but the microchip will stay there. And pretty much you can go to any like fire station, vet, or shelter, and they'll have a microchip scanner so they can scan the animal and then reach out. So the biggest thing is making sure your information is up to date if you do get your pet microchip, so that if something happens, they can contact you. So, good question. The other thing that we started at the end of 2024 is our Operation Spay and Neuter Riverside. So of course we love rescuing the animals from the shelter, but we also try to prevent animals from ending up at the shelter in the first place, right? So a lot of people do want to spay and neuter their pets, but maybe can't afford it. So we actually pay for the spay neuter clinic. We have a vet team that comes into the store, and it's for anybody in the community that needs help spaying and financial help spaying and neutering their pets. The clinics cost us about $9,500 each clinic, and we spay and neuter around 55 pets each clinic, so quite a bit. And I'll wait till the trivia question for the next thing. But so far, since we've started, I think we've had 7 clinics, and we're at about 450 pets that we've spayed or neutered. And it's like I said, no cost or low cost for the home, and we cover the cost of that. Speaking of spay and neutering,
Alright, so, how many kittens can a single adult male cat spawn in 5 years?
200.
Unlimited.
unlimited is closer than 200.
Oh, wow.
Any other guesses?
1,000?
1,000?
5,000.
10,000?
Oh my gosh.
25?
50,000. Okay.
Okay, you're gonna be the closest, so so it's actually 420,000, a male cat in 5 years, because a male cat can mate all year, you know, many times a day. So for 5 years, you know, in each litter, it adds up. So if you think about 420,000 pets that one cat can have, and we've spayed or neutered 450, it was like, what did I, 180 million pets that we prevented from ending up at the shelter.
Wow.
So something we're really proud of, so.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we have another trivia question. This one's Kimberly's question.
Okay. So as far as like unwanted cats being dumped outdoors, or even just indoor-outdoor cats, how many species of animals do you think cats have made directly go extinct?
0?
A little higher.
10.
Higher.
20. 100.
Close.
70.
70 it is.
So it's actually 63. So 63 species have gone extinct directly due to outdoor cats. Most of them are birds, but also some reptiles and small mammals. So that's pretty crazy.
Besides the risks to the cat as well.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
so of course, there's a lot that can happen to a cat that's living outside as well, so.
So a lot of people think, oh, I don't want my cat anymore, I'm just gonna dump it. Well, it doesn't just disappear, you know, there are consequences.
All right, so fostering's not your thing, you don't have time to volunteer, there's still lots of ways that you can help. Shopping at our thrift store, or if you're cleaning out your closet or your home, you have things that you don't necessarily want anymore, donate to the thrift store. We also have online store, which I'll give you guys information. So we have some pretty cool things online, and 100% of those proceeds go to our animals as well. Post a review, follow in like our socials, and just tell people about us.
You take everything?
We don't take beds, and we don't take large furniture, or plants, or food, but pretty much everything else. So household goods, dishes, tchotchkes, clothes, shoes,
Animal
pet
stuff.
animal stuff. What else do we have? We have kid stuff, toys, games, puzzles, pretty much anything. Jewelry. I'm looking around, I'm like, yes, we take that. And
then there is a coupon for our thrift store in the little pamphlet that we handed you, so hopefully an incentive to come and visit us. And we do have animals there sometimes.
So our adoption events are at our thrift store, I think 3 times a month on Saturdays. So if you wanna come to the thrift store, Saturday's a good day, cause you'll get to see animals like Mildred and others that are available for adoption.
Okay.
And then we have our socials listed here. I'll make sure I think they're in the pamphlet that you have. So definitely follow us, like us, and share the word. There's Tengu. This is her foster.
This is my foster, he's a beast. How many teeth do you think an adult dog has?
27.
42. Oh, good job.
All right. Don't forget to pick out some prizes up here as well. And, oh, there's more. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, there's
That's okay. 2 more trivia questions, so chances to win. This one's a tough one.
Who thinks they can get them all? Or get one?
Get one of them. It's a tough one.
That is
Actually,
close, that's
yeah.
more like a feral cat pack, but a group of cats is called a clouder.
Learn something new.
Wow.
Anyone for the rabbits?
It's kind of cute, actually. Rabbit.
So a rabbit is actually called a fluffle.
That's cute.
And we actually have some bunnies that someone actually dumped an entire fluffle of 14 rabbits in the street. And we were able to find fosters for 3 of them, so they're up for adoption now. All right, and then guinea pigs. Anyone know what guinea pigs are? This one's easy.
But it makes sense when you hear it.
Gaggle.
Not a gaggle.
Yeah.
Guineas. So it's actually a herd. Easy. And finally, a pack of rats.
This one's kind of funny too.
So it's actually a mischief of rats.
Oh.
So like it's suited.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Any cat lovers, cat owners in here? Anybody has cats? All right. Yes.
Awesome, one of us. So does anyone know what a cat lover is called?
Cat babies.
Yes, but the scientific word, I don't know if I know how to pronounce it, it's a lorophile. So, cat people, you are not crazy cat ladies. You
All right.
So this is Non. He's one of the bunnies that we rescued from the fluffle that got abandoned. So why do bunnies have big ears besides obviously hearing? Was it?
Who said that? Look at you.
Yes.
Nice.
So they actually have extra blood vessels in the ears, plus the bigger surface area cools down their whole body temperature. But every rescue kind of has its own focus. Like we don't take in highly adoptable animals, but we need other rescues who do. So we're all part of the same family. We don't really try to compete with each other. Like we're all there for the animals. So.
How long have you, when did it get started?
11 years.
Yeah,
Just
so
over
11 years this year as of May. Yep.
That's awesome right now.
So I work with my local animal shelter, ARC.
Awesome.
Do you
Oh
guys-
yes, yeah.
Do you guys work with ARC at all?
We mostly pull from, mostly pull from the Riverside area shelter, so Riverside County, Corona, so that's usually our focus, but we do know and love art. Any other questions at all?
So is that how you find out about most of the animals? The shelters do you guys call them?
Yeah, so we
This
go
is
on their
your-
website, but so a lot of times if there's one like with her, with the specialized vet needs that she has, so the broken jaw, she couldn't go to a general vet, she couldn't go to a dentist, she had to go to a surgical specialist, which was in Tustin. They knew a lot of rescues might not be able to handle that, so they specifically contacted us about her.
Yeah, so what I tell people is when they're at the shelter, they're in a confined
Right.
kennel 23 and a half hours a day with no interaction with anyone, suffering, right? So even if you don't have a big yard or a big house or a lot of space, like anything you can offer, any kind of love and security is better than what they're currently at.
And how long is the fostering for somebody volunteers to be a foster?
So it just depends, it just depends on the animal, and finding the right home. So with her recovery time is gonna be about maybe 5 months that they'll have her before she is even ready for adoption. And it just depends on the right family at the right time. For some animals, like with some of our puppies, they go, within a month or two, but sometimes you'll have this perfect, amazing, like Aries, the not so cute puppy that I think is cute. She actually waited 7 months and like no one was emailing about her, no one was really interested in her, and she was perfect, she was behaved. So it's just kind of like, sometimes I say an animal might wait longer for the right home. Now there are some animals, like we have a bonded pair of kitties. They're 2 cats, but they only have 1 eye between them. So one's fully blind, the other one has 1 eye, and he's like the other cat's seeing eye cat. They're gonna need a more special home, so they've actually waited over a year. And so we just know to find the right home is gonna be a little bit more challenging for them.
Okay, well, thank you so
All
much.
right,
Lisa.
thank you so much.